Seniors stay active with these 5 easy exercises at home. Join me as I take on the challenge of staying active at home with these 5 easy exercises perfect for seniors. Have you ever stood up in the morning, felt that little twinge in your knees, or maybe a stiffness in your back, and thought to yourself, is this just what getting older feels like? If so, you're definitely not alone. The truth is, as we age, staying active becomes more important than ever, but it doesn't have to be complicated, painful, or something that requires fancy gym memberships or expensive equipment. Let's be honest, many of us grew up in a time when exercise meant jumping jacks in school or running around the block. But these days, you're probably more interested in keeping your balance steady, your joints moving smoothly, and your body feeling energized throughout the day. The good news is, you can absolutely do that, right from the comfort of your own home. In today's video, we're going to walk through 5 gentle, easy-to-do exercises that help you stay active, flexible, and strong without ever leaving your living room. These exercises don't require any special skills or experience, and they're perfect for anyone over 60 who wants to feel a little better each day. So grab a sturdy chair, wear something comfy, and let's get moving together. Let's start with something simple, but powerful. One of the best ways to ease into movement is with marching in place. I know, it sounds almost too easy, right? But don't underestimate it. This one is great for warming up your muscles, getting your blood flowing, and gently strengthening your legs and hips. You can do it while watching your favorite show or waiting for your tea to steep. Just stand near a chair or countertop for support if you need it. Then, slowly start lifting one knee, then the other, just like you're marching to a tune in your head. You don't need to raise your knees high, just enough to feel the movement. Start with 30 seconds, then take a break, and build up from there as you get more comfortable. It may seem small, but every step helps your circulation, coordination, and even your balance. You might notice, even after a few days of doing this, your legs feel a little stronger, and you're walking around the house with a little more pep in your step. That's your body thanking you. Now, let's ease into the second movement, which I like to call the sit-and-stand. This one might remind you of something you do several times a day, getting up from your favorite chair. And that's exactly why it's such a helpful exercise. Here's how it works. Sit in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor and your hands resting lightly on your thighs. Now, press through your heels and slowly stand up, without using your hands if you can. Then gently sit back down. That's it. Just up and down, at your own pace. If it feels too hard at first, no problem, use your hands to help until your legs get stronger. This little movement is a quiet superhero when it comes to maintaining your independence. Why? Because it strengthens the very muscles you use to get up from a chair, use the toilet, climb stairs, basic things that keep you living confidently on your own terms. I've had friends who started with just 2 or 3 repetitions and slowly worked their way up to 10. And let me tell you, the look on their faces when they realize how much easier it is to get out of a chair without that familiar groan. Pure joy. And here's something else you'll love. Doing this every day can actually improve your balance and lower your risk of falls. It builds leg strength, sure, but also gives your core a nice little workout. That's the muscle group that keeps you steady when you reach, turn, or walk around the house. So, a minute a day doing sit-and-stands? That's not just exercise, that's investing in your freedom. Now, before we move on, I want you to take a breath, literally. In fact, one of the most overlooked parts of staying active, especially as we get older, is learning how to move with the breath. It keeps you centered, relaxed, and more connected to your body. So, between exercises, place one hand on your belly, inhale slowly through your nose, feel that belly rise like a balloon, then exhale through your mouth like you're blowing out a candle. Do that 2 or 3 times right now with me. Feels good, doesn't it? Calming and energizing at the same time. You see, staying active doesn't have to be about sweating or pushing through pain. It's about choosing movements that make your body feel more alive, your joints more mobile, and your days a little easier to enjoy. And when you find exercises that work with your body, not against it, you're much more likely to stick with them. So far, we've gotten our blood flowing with marching, and we've worked on strength and stability with sit-in stands. These simple movements, just a few minutes a day, can lay a strong foundation for better mobility, balance, and confidence. And I promise, your body will thank you. Now that we've warmed up and started building some strength, let's keep this momentum going. By focusing on something that's just as important, our balance. If you've ever had a moment where you felt a little wobbly reaching for something on a high shelf, or maybe stepping off a curb, you know how quickly balance can become a concern as we age. But the great news is, with just a few minutes a day, you can start improving it. Let's try a simple movement called the heel-to-toe walk. Picture yourself walking along a tightrope. Don't worry, not a real one. Just pretend. All you need is a clear space in your hallway or even right there in your kitchen. Stand tall, shoulders relaxed. Now place one foot directly in front of the other, so that the heel of your front foot touches the toes of your back foot. Slowly take a few steps forward like this, nice and steady. If you need to, have a hand on the wall or counter for support. This little walk strengthens the muscles in your legs and ankles and trains your body to stay balanced in motion. And the best part? It's gentle. No jumping, no fast moves. Just calm, mindful steps that help your body relearn how to keep itself upright and steady. You don't have to go far. Even 5 or 6 steps forward, then back, is enough to feel the benefits. The key is to take your time. Keep your eyes focused ahead, breathe steadily, and let your body feel each step. And if you're feeling playful, pretend you're in a marching band or on a secret spy mission walking across a beam. It helps keep things fun. Now, while balance is essential, there's another part of the body we don't want to forget, our shoulders and upper back. How many times have you reached into a cupboard or tried to lift something just to feel that stiffness or dull ache in your shoulders? That's where our next exercise comes in, the shoulder roll and stretch. This one feels more like a mini massage than a workout, and honestly, it's one of my personal favorites. All you have to do is sit or stand comfortably. Then gently roll your shoulders up toward your ears, then back, then down. Think of it like drawing little circles with your shoulders. Do this 5 times in one direction, then reverse. As you do this, you might notice some popping or light tension. That's okay. That's your body waking up and loosening those joints. After your rolls, let's stretch it out a bit. Take your right arm and reach it across your chest. Use your left hand to gently hold it in place, just above the elbow. Feel that stretch along the outside of your shoulder. Breathe here for a moment. Then switch arms. These movements help release built-up tension in your neck and upper back, especially if you spend a lot of time sitting, reading, or watching TV. And the best part? You can do them in under 2 minutes, while sitting on the couch, waiting for a pot to boil, or even while chatting on the phone. Don't be surprised if, after a few days of doing these shoulder rolls and stretches, you feel like you're standing a little taller and reaching a little farther. That's your body adjusting, becoming more flexible, and getting stronger bit by bit. So far, we've moved our legs, tested our balance, and opened up our shoulders. But before we wrap up for today, I want to take a moment to talk about something that's just as important as the physical movements themselves, consistency. Because you see, it's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about showing up. Even 5 or 10 minutes a day can lead to real, noticeable changes over time. Your muscles start to respond. Your energy levels rise. You move with more confidence. And perhaps even more important than that, your mindset begins to shift. You start to believe in your ability to stay active, to feel good in your body, and to enjoy your days without as much stiffness or hesitation. That's the real power of gentle movement. These exercises aren't just for your body, they're also for your spirit. They remind you that no matter your age, you still have strength. You still have control over how you move through your day. And you still have the ability to make your health a priority, one small step at a time. So, take a moment to check in with yourself right now. How are you feeling? A little more energized? A bit looser in your shoulders or legs? Maybe just proud that you took some time to do something good for yourself? That's exactly what we're aiming for. You don't need to be fast, or flexible, or have years of experience. You just need to begin, and keep going, little by little. And I'm right here with you, cheering you on. Let's keep this going. The next movement we'll explore is one that brings everything together: strength, balance, and flexibility, all in one. Let's keep this going. The next movement we'll explore is one that brings everything together: strength, balance, and flexibility, all in one gentle, graceful motion. I'm talking about the wall push-up. Now, don't worry, this isn't the kind of push-up you remember from high school gym class. No lying on the floor or struggling to get back up. This version is upright, easy on the joints, and incredibly effective. Start by standing an arm's length away from a wall. Place your palms flat on the wall at shoulder height, fingers pointing upward, about shoulder width apart. Now, slowly bend your elbows, bringing your chest toward the wall, then gently push yourself back. That's it. Just like giving the wall a friendly little push. As you do this, you'll feel your arms and chest gently working. This simple move strengthens the upper body, especially the muscles we use for everyday things like carrying groceries, opening jars, or even hugging our loved ones a little tighter. Plus, because you're standing, your core has to stay engaged, which helps with posture and balance too. And you can make it your own. If it feels too easy, step a tiny bit farther from the wall. If it feels too hard, step a bit closer. Do 5, maybe 10, and rest. No rush. This is your time, your pace. The beauty of this exercise is that it doesn't require anything fancy. Just you and a wall. And believe me, after a few days, you'll start to notice the difference when you reach, lift, or even just move your arms more freely. I've had friends in their 70s and 80s tell me they were surprised by how strong they felt after doing wall push-ups for just a few weeks. It's empowering. Now, before we close out our movement session for today, let's give some love to one of the most important, and most often neglected, parts of our body, the ankles and feet. These two little powerhouses carry us everywhere we go. But if they're weak or stiff, it can throw everything off: our balance, our confidence, even how safely we walk across a room. So let's finish with a gentle, effective movement I like to call the heel lift. Simply stand behind a sturdy chair, holding the backrest for support. Slowly rise up onto your toes as high as you comfortably can, then lower yourself back down. That's one. Easy, right? You can do this movement seated too, if standing feels unsteady. The key is to really feel the muscles in your calves and ankles working as you rise. These lifts help build strength in the lower legs, improve circulation, and make your steps more stable. Try 10 gentle repetitions. You might feel a nice little burn, and that's your body waking up. It's such a small movement, but with regular practice, it makes a big difference. You'll notice more spring in your step, and less wobble when you move. And maybe even more confidence walking across the garden or heading out to the mailbox. As we wrap up this session, I want to take a moment to recognize something important. You showed up today. You made the decision to take care of your body, to move, to breathe, to reconnect with yourself in a kind and gentle way. That matters more than you know. These 5 simple exercises, marching in place, sit-and-stands, heel-to-toe walks, shoulder rolls and stretches, wall push-ups, and heel lifts, they may seem small on their own. But together, they create a beautiful rhythm that supports your strength, balance, flexibility, and confidence. And what's even more important is how these small movements ripple into your life. The easier it is to move, the more freedom you have to do what you love. Whether that's gardening, playing with your grandkids, cooking your favorite meals, or simply enjoying a peaceful walk outside. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights to stay healthy and active. What matters is moving a little bit each day, listening to your body, and treating it with the kindness it deserves. Your body has carried you through so much, now it's time to give back to it. I know that staying active after 60 can feel intimidating sometimes. Maybe you've had surgeries, maybe you deal with joint pain, maybe energy comes and goes. That's all part of the journey. But don't let that stop you. Because you don't have to be perfect, you just have to keep showing up. So here's my invitation to you: come back to these exercises tomorrow. And the next day. Make them part of your routine. Maybe do them while the coffee brews, or after your afternoon nap. A few minutes a day is all it takes to feel stronger, steadier, and more alive in your body. If any of these movements felt especially good to you, I'd love to hear about it. Leave a comment below. What made you smile? What felt challenging? What surprised you? Your journey matters, and when you share, it inspires others too. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it a like. It lets me know you want more content like this. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next movement session, wellness tips, or inspiring stories from others walking this same path. Remember, it's never too late to care for your body. It's never too late to grow stronger, feel better, and enjoy life more fully. You're not just aging, you're thriving. You're choosing health, vitality, and joy, one step, one stretch, one breath at a time. Here's to living your best life at any age.